What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Touchdown Talk podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and of course, I'm joined by Anthony over there on the right side of the screen. We are coming to you live on the YouTubes on the day of the NFL trade deadline. Some absolutely wild trades have happened today, and even in the last week, sort of leading up to this deadline. So we're going to go over some of those for you, and of course, we're going to have our weekly recap of sort of all the NFL stuff that happened in Week 9. We're about halfway through the season, so there is a whole lot that went down. Tony, how you doing? How you feeling halfway through the season? Feeling good. You must be feeling good about the Pats and all that.
Oh, I am fucking fantastic, my friend. We are officially halfway through the season. We are 9 weeks in. We got 9 more left to go. And my Patriots are currently on a 6-game winning streak, which is tied for the best in the NFL at the moment. And we sit currently at the number 2 seed. So I feel very good as a Pats fan so far. But we definitely have more tests, I would say, in the second half of the season. So I'm ready to see how this team will respond.
Well, people are talking about Pats got, and we've said this, the Pats have the easiest schedule. They do have the Ravens coming up in a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks or so. And that was looking like an easy matchup, but maybe not anymore with Lamar coming back, playing well on Thursday night. So yeah, there's some challenges, but from what I'm seeing, the Pats are third in the league. I'm not sure how the tiebreakers work, but there are 3 teams with a 7-2 record, all AFC teams. The Broncos, the Colts,
Correct.
and the Pats. So the AFC is really stacked, and then honestly, the top 4 teams, the Bills are technically. I mean, I'm just looking at. I'm not sure if this is legit tiebreakers. Isn't the tiebreaker conference record? Or it'd be division record, but then conference
division
record.
and then correct, yeah. So New England has the tiebreaker over Buffalo right now.
Yeah, over Buffalo, definitely.
7-2.
But
I mean,
Indy has the same division record, is undefeated in their division, but they have a better conference record, and that's why they are number 1.
Well, that's why they're number 1, right?
Yeah, but Denver is 0-1 in their division. So
correct. That's why Denver
I think,
currently number 3.
Below, yeah. Even though what I'm looking at has them at 1, but that shouldn't. I don't think that's right.
No,
either way,
that's wrong.
The Pats are actually one of the teams that didn't make a trade at the deadline. Obviously, it's passed, so they missed their opportunity. We got 5 people watching live. Let us know what the craziest trade
5?
from this trade deadline was.
What's up, everybody?
But Tony, why did the Pats not make a trade? I thought they were gearing up to make a trade with all the 6th round picks that they got for all their defensive players.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think anybody really knows why they didn't make a trade. When you look at this team, they are. I mean, just look at what the Colts did. They made a move for Sauce Gardner today because they are
massive.
One of the top teams, right?
Yep.
And that is a team that is, you could say, the way that they've been playing, they are a couple of pieces away from a potential Super Bowl run. And you could make the argument that the Pats are up there as well because of the way they've been playing. So, as to the reason why the Colts made a move like that and the Pats didn't, I really don't know. And anyone who tells you if they know why, they're lying to you. Like, we don't know. Like, it's all on the front office. To be honest with you, a lot of the times, I don't know what Elliott Wolf is doing. I mean, yeah, he made a great choice in picking, obviously, Drake May, but, we need to remember that even before that, Elliott Wolf had a lot of failures. He was on the hot seat for a while, and he still kind of is. So,
yeah,
I mean, really don't know.
Those are conversations that we just don't get to be a part of. Like, I wish we could be a fly on the wall, but we won't. Unless they say something, we don't know why they didn't make a move. I would like to think that they probably attempted to do something. Again, this is all
Correct.
speculation, but I would imagine the Pats probably talked to certain teams about. It seems like what people are speculating is they need a running back. That was the thing that
Absolutely.
we were speculating they would make a move for a running back, and maybe the price was just too high. Like the Colts gave up 2 first-round picks
Yeah.
and a wide receiver that hasn't been playing well, but still, 2 first-round picks is a big price to pay for one of the best corners in the league. I'll give them
Yeah.
that. A worthwhile trade. But if you're the Pats, is that too steep of a price? Do you look at your team and say, well, we still have a young quarterback. We have a young O lineman. Like we're spending our picks on young players. Are we going to give up next year's first round pick for, say, a Brees Hall or a Devon Achane on a team that is struggling? Like I don't. Maybe they just didn't want to do that. I could definitely see that them being like, well, we're going to just play conservative and hope that our future looks bright even without that piece. They just drafted Travion. Like I don't think they're going to give up on him yet. And I think
Right.
he had over 100 scrimmage yards last week. He had like 70 rushing yards, and I thought he had 30.
70 rushing yards.
Yeah, I thought he had some
Yeah.
receiving work too, but yeah, I mean, not like a insane blow you away game as the starter, but he had something there. But they were giving the ball to freaking was it Williams or Jennings?
Jennings, the
And I'm
practice
like,
squad player they just activated the week of.
why is Jennings getting the touches on the goal line? Why is Jennings punching it in on the goal line? That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Maybe they just see Travion as more of a receiving back, or they just don't, they don't know what his role is. But I don't
Yes.
know. That just feels really weird to me, and I was surprised by that when I saw that in the game. But yeah, unfortunate that they didn't make a move. But
It is unfortunate, but like at the same time, I'm not over the like moon pissed that they didn't make a move because,
mhm,
like you said, like did I really want to give up a first rounder for someone like
right,
insane? Maybe not,
right.
honestly.
And obviously, they're playing really well without needing any improvements right now. Like they're
Right.
obviously 7-2 with the roster that they have. So it's like, why are you going to blow up? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, sort of thing.
Right. Right. And I
Um,
don't necessarily know, like, even with how well they've been playing, at least in my opinion, they seem like they're still a decent amount of pieces away from a Super Bowl. Like, honestly.
mm,
Like, they're not like a team where it's like one more superstar does the trick for you. Like, nah, I don't think so. Like,
yeah,
I don't think them getting, and yeah, them like all this talk about Jalen Waddle and AJ Brown to the Patriots, like I never liked
mm.
that at all. I thought that would have been so bad for this team. We don't need another wide receiver. We're perfectly fine with Bourne and Diggs right now. That's plenty
Booty.
of weapons.
You mean Booty?
Booty, yes. My Bourne
Yeah.
is on San Fran. Yeah,
And
Booty and
Pop
Diggs.
Douglas is sort of popping off here and there too. Like,
And
honestly, you
Douglas
got
just
some
had his
depth.
breakout game.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That a star wide receiver does not do anything for this team. Um, Now a running back. I heard that Brees Hall, the Jets were asking for a third, and I hope that's a
Oh
lie
wow.
because, yeah, I I mean I
I
hope
don't
that's
feel
a
like
lie
that's a
because
crazy price to pay. At that point, then
correct.
if it, like, this is what I'm saying, this is all speculation. If that came out as that was the offer or that was the price that they wanted, then I'm like, okay, why
They
would
should
you
have
not?
taken that.
Yeah,
Right.
at that point. But if it was a first round pick, definitely not. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I think that they're still going to have a good season regardless.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
and like you said, like we've been talking about them for the whole season, and they have one of the easiest schedules. And that's, listen, I'm not trying to dookie on them at all. Like obviously they're playing really, really well. that's part of the reason why they're 7-2,
Hmm.
right? Like, you know,
Absolutely.
we're I mean, they did lose to the Raiders to start the season, and then they lost to the Steelers, and then
Week 3.
and then they beat Buffalo,
Hmm.
and then other teams they beat: Carolina, New Orleans,
Carolina, New Orleans,
Cleveland,
Tennessee, Cleveland.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like, it's all kind of, I mean, Carolina's looking, better this
Yeah.
year. They have a winning
Yeah.
record, so I guess that's but I think about half their opponents are below 500. Um, so there's like that aspect to it. So yeah, I think like you're saying, they're not just one piece away. They have a lot of work to do. So
They absolutely do. Yeah.
yeah, but it's good to see what they're doing this season. Um, Meanwhile, let's just go ahead and run through some of the other trades that happened. We talked a little bit about Sauce Gardner going.
Biggest trade of the day, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The most massive trade was Sauce Gardner going to the Colts. The Colts obviously tied for first place in the league, and just playing insane football on both sides of the ball. Obviously, losing this week, Daniel Jones had 6 turnovers or 5 turnovers. Yeah, I think he had 6 turnovers. Just like classic vintage Daniel Jones performance, exactly what we would have expected. I'm surprised this didn't come earlier. But getting Sauce Gardner on that defense is a massive, massive piece for them. Their defense, I don't think, was really the issue, though. I mean, I don't know if they had too many issues.
I was just about to say there was no issues with them before this week.
Yeah.
None. I mean, did their defense blow you away? No, but it was good enough with an offense that puts up 35 fucking
Yeah.
points every week.
Right.
I
Exactly.
will say that their secondary without Charvarius Ward looked terrible, like very bad. So that's probably the biggest weakness of their defense. But now they have fucking Sauce Gardner. So
Yeah, dude. But honestly, that defense has some good pieces. They have Zaire Franklin,
yeah,
who leads the league in tackles like every damn year. They still have DeForest Buckner. Leatu Latu is playing well. They have obviously Sauce Gardner now. I'm trying to think of other players in their secondary. Is Kenny Moore still there? I don't know. Like, he's decent. But yeah, I think if anything, like, all the notable players I can think of on the Colts are, in that front 7. So secondary probably, like, if I had to pick a weakness, then I guess it would be the secondary. So it makes a lot of sense for them to make this trade. Another player that the Jets shipped off is Quinnen Williams, first round draft pick from 2022. Young player, really good player. And they blew up their whole roster. But and he went to the Cowboys. So Jerry Jones acquires Quinnen Williams, which I'm assuming is to stop the run and to do something in the form of a pass rush to fill in the hole left by Micah Parsons. And then you also get Logan Wilson, linebacker, also, I guess can rush the passer and sort of fill that void that Micah left. I don't think that is going to get the Cowboys over the hump either. Obviously, they have some issues outside of that. I think their secondary is kind of booty as well. Deron Bland got cooked last night.
Oh my fucking god, that
dude,
guy is awful. He's awful, bro.
They paid him so much money, and he just got toasted on Monday Night Football. Just absolutely horrendous performance from him. So I don't know what the hell Jerry Jones is doing, but I mean, everyone's just Jerry Jones. I feel like he just succumbs to the pressure of what people want so much. I just feel like it's like people are pissed and they want him to do something. They just want him to do something. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to give you this. And he just has to do it. I'm like, but honestly, I don't feel like they needed to even make a trade. Why are you there? They fucking suck anyway.
Well, I was
They're
gonna
three,
say
five, and one.
their trade, like
Why are
they
they
didn't need to
buying?
make a trade because of the fact that these trades don't mean shit because they're so awful on defense that you're gonna need at least 10 other fucking defensive players to fix this
Yeah.
defense. Like
Yes,
Quinton Williams
exactly.
and Logan Wilson, like yes, they were good trades. Like from a standard of trade to trade, they were good trades. But
Yeah.
that does not fucking help your team, and it's not gonna fucking help your defense.
I think it's going to help, but I don't think it's going to be everything that they
It,
need.
it's gonna help. You're right. It's gonna help, but it's not going to really make a large enough difference. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, this might just
I
be
don't think like their
my
defense is still gonna be trash.
absolutely. And I think this could be just my mentality when it comes to trades and stuff. If you're a team that sucks, if you're the Jets, if you're the Saints, we saw it today with Rashid Shaheed too, going to the
Yeah,
Seahawks.
Shaheed.
If you're a team that sucks, then it makes sense to get rid of your players because it's like, okay, we're clearly something's not working, so let's make a change. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're a team that's really, really, really good, it would make sense to acquire a player that is really good, aka Sauce Gardner, uh, aka like the
Correct.
Seahawks getting Shaheed. That's another example
Yep.
where okay, they
That's a good
probably
example.
can use him because they're already in a pretty good spot, just doing more because you already have an opportunity to be a playoff team, to be a Super Bowl contender, and adding players obviously is going to boost that opportunity. If you're the Dallas Cowboys and you're 3-5-1 and
Yeah.
you're like kind of
uh
ass, but like not, I mean, you're not like going to be top 5 draft pick, but like you're, I feel like very far from making it to a playoff, being a Super Bowl contender. Why are you buying
agree.
players? Why are you acquiring players? The Cowboys are in a position better suited for selling players, getting rid of players, and just being like, all right, we're going to move on to next season. And like I say that as a Giants fan, and I think that the Giants probably should have gotten rid of somebody too. Like, man, get rid of Deontay Banks, get rid of freaking Kayvon Thibodeau or something. Like, I feel like they could have made a move there too and gotten some draft picks for next year because that's our team is looking for the future. We're clearly this
Mhm.
season is already just completely shot. Um, but yeah, man, I don't know. I guess when you technically look at the numbers and the possibilities for Dallas, like the playoffs are not complete completely out of the picture.
Right.
They're not mathematically eliminated. Nobody is technically. But
They're
it's
they're
just
not
like
mathematically eliminated, but let's be real. They're not fucking making the playoffs.
yeah,
There's no way in
exactly.
hell.
Exactly.
There's no way in hell. They're not making the
Exactly.
fucking playoffs.
So I'm
Especially after last night. Last night was in my opinion, was the screw that fucking dug them into the ground.
yeah. Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
I
see
don't
it
see how
getting
you
any
come
better for
back.
them.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, Ryan,
So
as a Patriots fan, bro, Jacoby Brissett, he like don't get me wrong, he's better. He's way better than Kyler Murray on the Cardinals. Honestly, like Kyler Murray is fucking trash. But the
yeah, you
Cowboys, dude, made him look like an MVP last night. That's how bad their fucking defense is. They made fucking Jacoby Brissett, of all fucking people, look like an MVP.
I mean, did he look
That's
like an
just
MVP?
awful. Yes, he did. Uh,
261 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 67 completion percentage. Okay, I mean,
a little worse
maybe
second
not
half, but
MVP, but like, man,
the first half,
yeah,
most
like he
definitely.
he played well and he's playing a lot better than Kyler Murray. Um,
And
so like,
Marvin Harrison he already beat his career record for receptions in the first half. He already had like 6. Can you believe
oh
that?
really?
Two,
That's
yeah,
wild.
a fucking a year and a half, and he's never had a game with more than 6
Yeah,
receptions.
I think
Like
that's the
it,
connection they've been missing is Marvin Harrison Jr.
ex-
Clearly, he's got the physical skills and the talent to be a good receiver, but he doesn't have the connection with his quarterback. Did Tony? Oh, is he? Are you good, Tony? You glitched out for a second. Oh,
I
now
was
we
gonna
can't
say
hear
you
him.
glitched out.
Oh, now I glitched out.
I was gonna say you glitched out. I couldn't see you for a bit. Hello?
Okay, might be behind a little bit. Think I might be behind, lagging. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and we'll talk about. Let's let's pivot to So there's a couple wide receivers that got traded today too. So Rashid Shaheed
Yes.
was the first
Yeah.
one. I don't know if we're going chronological, but Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. Talk about NFC West teams named after birds. Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks, absolutely incredible deep threat. Like you you were saying for fantasy purposes, how does that help him? I think this is a 1,000,000 times better situation for Rashid Shaheed compared to the Saints. Like
Thank
dog.
thank fucking God.
Cause Sammy Slings, man, he can air it out. He's playing out of his mind right
Oh,
now.
he is insane on that team for some weird reason.
Yeah, like that's just a much more high-powered offense on the Seahawks than compared to the Saints. So that's going to be, I think we're going to see some better production from Rashid Shaheed. And then also another wide receiver got traded today. Jacoby Myers is going to the Jaguars with Travis Hunter's injury. They need some help at that wide receiver position. Unfortunately, Jacoby Myers cannot play both ways. Um,
Yeah.
but
I also don't, unlike the Shaheed trade, I really don't see how Jacoby Myers helps out the Jaguars.
I think
I'm
he can help them out. I think he's a good receiver.
really,
I think he was just
yeah, but
being
they're
sort of blackballed by the Raiders. They just didn't. I don't know
mm,
what it was. It just doesn't seem like that's a great organization for receivers. And I don't know. Like you saw it with Devontae Adams, how pissed off he got being there. And maybe it was partially quarterback play, but like
that's
I don't know.
true.
Just
But I just feel like the Jags is another shitty situation for him.
I
Like, I
mean,
mean, you got T Law isn't the greatest guy to be throwing you balls. You're already competing against BTJ. Hunter's not going to be out forever. He's only going to be out
it's
for
true.
3 or 4 more weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it remains to be seen. I think it's an improve. Both of those receivers, Shaheed and Myers, I think it's an improvement. I mean, when it comes to Myers, he was not doing anything great in Las Vegas anyway, this season at
Yeah,
least. So,
yeah,
there's not much room to go up, or I guess I should say there's only really room to improve based on, how he was doing. But we'll see. Maybe I maybe I could be proven wrong. Um, but yeah, he requested a trade before the season even started, and just has
Jacoby.
been and just
Yeah,
has been really like he's he's had some games where he is still like their leading receiver when it comes to catches, but like nothing even that great. Like it's all just like short stuff. We got Big Bryce in the chat. The Chargers trade for a lineman from the Saints, which I did see that. They got Trevor Penning, offensive tackle from the New Orleans Saints, for a sixth
nah,
round pick. I couldn't tell you anything
that's
about Trevor Penning or what he looks like or anything of anything he's done. But it makes sense for them to sort of fill that hole that Joe Alt left on the O line because he's out for the season now. Went out. I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know the guy from the Saints, so I'm guessing if
that.
they targeted him, then that's the guy that they choose that they feel strongly about. So definitely a good move for them with their offensive line injuries. Feels like an
Uh,
appropriate move,
the thing
but
that
I don't know.
sucks though is that this guy is not even close to what Joe Alt's gonna be.
Oh, no
Like
way.
even if he pans out, that's what it really sucks if you're a Chargers fan right now because Joel going down was very bad for you. Like they look way better with Joel and at offense, running and passing game both.
Yeah,
and just to lose
absolutely.
him again, I don't know. I'm very I don't I'm very iffy on the Chargers right now, especially without Joel. Um, I
It's
mean, I
just gonna
think
be
they'll probably they might not even make the wild card. Honestly, I could see the Chiefs coming back, and
mm,
you know
wow. Yeah,
it's gonna be
that's I don't
Kansas
like
City
that.
or Denver.
I don't think that I don't Kansas City, I don't know, man. I go back and forth with them because they have a good game like every other week. Adonai Mitchell to the Jets. Yes, Bryce, we talked about this a little bit earlier in the pod. I don't know if you saw the beginning, but we talked about the Sauce Gardner trade, the Adonai Mitchell, and all that. So you're going to have to rewind and rewatch that part. But Kansas City, big loss this week against the Bills. Mahomes didn't play very well against the Bills, but, they're not out of it. Obviously, I saw a
Oh,
meme, and it's they're right there with Carolina at 5-4. So both unexpected records. If you told me that those teams had the same record at this point in the season, I would be very surprised. Um, but
the thing is
I don't
though
know.
that
Going
they
forward,
started off bad, like that before that Buffalo loss. Like they were on a 3 or 4 game winning streak. Like Buffalo is a very
mm,
good team, and every time they meet in the regular season, Buffalo wins. Um, and it never matters. Like I don't know. Like
yeah, when
you
playoffs
know as much
come,
as anybody. Like I hate the Chiefs. Like I fucking hate the Chiefs so much. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like and say they're not making the playoffs because I already fucking know they're gonna make the playoffs. And for some crazy reason, they'll find a way to win a wild card, and you'll see them divisional week. I can already see it.
yeah, I think I it would not surprise me at all. Um, I don't know. I think that like that division is one of the hardest to predict or talk about because it's so competitive. We saw
Yeah.
did Kansas City play Denver yet? No, I'm
No.
sorry.
No. And that's why I low
That's
key
gonna be
think.
the biggest matchup, I feel like.
Yeah, and that's why I low key think like the Chiefs. Like, I feel like with that loss this week, the Chiefs don't have a shot at the 1 seed. Like, there's no way you're coming back and you're not
I
getting the
would be
1 seed this
surprised if
year.
they end up with the 1 seed. That would really surprise me.
Right. But I still think they honestly should be the favorites to win the division because when I look at Denver, I think Denver's on a 6 game winning streak. Yeah, but like 6 out of their 7 years wins this year are just not impressive wins for me.
Wait, 6 out of their 7 wins are not impressive? What's the one that was
Yes,
impressive?
the one which was last week when they finally came out and actually had a complete game on all 3 phases
So
of the
you're saying
ball.
when they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter against the Giants, that was not impressive? You were not impressed by that?
That's what that I just said. That's the only game this year when that I was impressed by them because that
No.
was the yeah, or was that 2 weeks ago
No,
then?
that was 2 weeks ago. Okay, so
No,
okay, I
that's
was
what
gonna
I
say
meant.
because that's a impressive performance, but I thought you were gonna say because in week 8 they played the Cowboys, and that was a good win for them. That
Okay,
was an impressive win as well, because that was
so
actually a complete game. They didn't have to wait till the fourth quarter. Like they were firing on all cylinders like throughout the game. But a lot of their wins, even this week, was like
it's all one
an
score.
ugly win, three
It's
point
all
win.
ugly wins,
Yeah, like it was not
and
a
it's
resounding
all like
victory.
three bad quarters, and then Bo Nix in the last quarter comes alive and
Yeah,
has an insane drive and wins you the game, which
yeah.
is all good and well. Like, so
A win's a
glad
win.
like he can do that, right? But
Hmm.
do they scare me as a team? Not really, because I mean, their defense is elite, yeah, but their offense is it's like it's kind of like Houston, not as bad as Houston, but to some extent.
Yeah, no, very honestly, like that's why that I think that's why that game went that way. was because those teams are so similar in, like, obviously they both have amazing defenses and the offenses just really struggle every week, man. Like that didn't surprise me that was a low scoring, gritty football game. And Houston didn't score a touchdown the whole game. All they did was kick field goals. Denver didn't let them in the end zone at all. So it's just like, I don't know, like, yeah. And we're talking about the Broncos.
Yeah.
Just really rough on the offensive side, and they can't click. They can't get things together. Like, Bo Nix is just really inconsistent. And like you said, fourth quarter is when he comes alive, but I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
not
You want to see.
that doesn't equal playoff success and
Yeah.
success down the line
No, it
generally in
doesn't.
the NFL.
Right. Yep.
And
It's
if the Texans didn't have a bottom two offense, and if Stroud didn't leave that game, I feel like they don't even win that game. I feel like the Texans end up winning that game.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Stroud going down is huge for them. And I think for the Texans, it's like their O-line still is just so bad. And
It's awful.
like, obviously CJ Stroud can't fucking avoid getting hit. I know he was scrambling on that play that he got hit, but it's like, it's just a really rough situation for him. Also, that play, that hit, was not flagged. They threw a flag and then they picked up the flag. And I liked that call because I saw it, and he gets hit up here. Like, he takes the shoulder to his chest and then boom, like, snaps his head back. That's not helmet to helmet. That's not a dirty hit, I don't think. So I think it was a fine hit. Clean hit, and then it was just unfortunate that he hit his head on the ground.
Yeah. It was just a very unfortunate head injury for him.
Yeah.
And it looked like a bad concussion too.
Yeah, it was
like
not. There was no.
Like, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, because he wasn't throwing up gang signs like Tua, but he was about to. It almost looked like, like he was stunned at that point. Talk about some bad injuries. Jaden Daniels.
Oh my god!
Snaps his fucking arm the other way. God. That was hard to watch. Because you see the moment that it pops. It's like, dude. Oh my god.
He's done for the season. He's done. The Commanders are washed. There's no way they're not even breaking 500. They fucking suck. They're a terrible fucking team.
Yeah,
they're old.
They're not.
They have no playmakers. They have nobody. Like, nobody.
Yeah, I think Terry McLaurin being hurt is, and was, and still will continue to be, a massive hit for them. Because I think just without him being on the field, you lose a dynamic playmaker. Jaden has to scramble more. You have Debo, and he was playing well for the first couple weeks, but you don't have. It's just a different.
Good enough like he was.
And it's a different skill set too. And I think Debo probably is better when Terry's on the field. All that, and it's just rough to not have, like, the guy. And after Terry was holding out before the season started, was like, y'all got to pay me all this money, and then I think he's played one game this year, like something stupid like that. So just really fucking sucks, dude. I don't like Washington anyway. Washington, okay, I'm just going to say, as a Giants fan, Washington is the team out of the other three teams in that division that I hate the least. And I like Jaden Daniels because I guess I'd say if I had to be a college football fan, I'd be LSU fan, just because of, like, OBJ and all that, and Jarvis Landry, and just, like, man, they feel like they're always so nasty. So I can get behind some Jaden Daniels. but man, they're the worst. They're never as good as the Cowboys or the Eagles are. So they're, I'm not as threatened by them. So, I feel like I can root for
Yeah.
them a little bit more than the other ones.
Well, the thing that sucks is that the it looks like the Eagles are finally going to be back-to-back division winners in the NFC East for first time in
Yeah,
so long.
right. Yeah, they haven't
So
had back-to-backs in a while,
I feel like
since like
before the
'07.
season, yeah, that makes sense. That
Something like
sounds
that.
right. Yeah, but I feel like like preseason, the Commanders were really like like a lot of people's choice was like the only team to like maybe threaten Philly.
Yeah.
But obviously now that's not going to happen. So Philly's walking away with the division. Probably I'm not gonna say one seed, but they're gonna be up there. Same Philly as usual, even though there's a little bit more problems this year on offensive side of the ball for them.
So
So yeah,
yeah, I agree with you. I think Philly wins that division. I think Philly probably ends up with the 1 seed in the North, or in the NFC, I should say. Um, there's not much
I'm see
competition.
I'm not quite ready to say they get the number one seed because honestly, Seattle and LA both look really good to me right now, and it could be any one of those two as well.
Yeah, and Green Bay, Green Bay
Green.
no, no.
Nah, you know
I was
what?
gonna say
I'm
great. I
done.
was about to say that Green Bay technically
I'm done
has the
with
number
Green
one,
Bay.
but yeah, I don't think that. I think Green Bay is
I
having some
I don't
struggles
even,
right now.
dude. I don't even think Green Bay is a top 10 fucking team in the league right now.
Jeez, dog.
I mean, it's
Wow.
true. They look so awful. A lot of these weeks, they look so
Hmm.
bad. They're honestly it's close, but they're up there as like one of the most like underperforming teams, like based on what you would expect, especially after the
Yeah,
Micah trade.
it feels like for their record, they should be a lot better than they are.
Yeah,
They shouldn't. Their two losses have come to the Panthers and the Browns, and they've been 3-point games, and both games in which they scored less than 13 points, or 13 points or less, I should say.
yeah.
Like, what? How do you not? I mean, I guess the Browns I get a little bit because their defense is pretty good. But then look, like the Lions just completely dookied on the Browns defense. Like there was nothing to it, and I don't know, it's not apples to apples, but it's just like, it's just feels so strange. All the issues that Green Bay has, I feel like, are offensive. Like their defense,
It's
I feel like,
offensive mostly.
yeah, I feel like the defense really is playing well and doing its job for the most part. And you even heard Micah Parsons sort of call out the offense. Like, you just held
As he
Bryce
should.
Young threw for 104 yards. How many quarterbacks are throwing for 100 yards in a game and winning the game? Not many. Like,
Right.
Green Bay as a defense, it did their job for the most part in that game. And
I
Jordan Love played like ass. He threw a horrible pick, and he threw another should have been pick in the
should have
end
been picked
zone that
one.
was
I saw
dropped.
that. It was
And
across
it
his body.
Yeah, and it was a fourth down play anyway, so it was, the result was essentially the same, but still it was just like a horrible throw for the play that he was trying to make. And
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, and he's had some issues even going back to last year with picks and just inconsistency. I remember there was a game against the Vikings where he threw like 2 picks in the first half, and it was just so terrible. And then he ended up throwing for 4 touchdowns in the game. And it was just like this, even in a one single game, there was incredible inconsistency with the way he was playing. And it ended up going in their favor that time. But like, times like this, like against Dallas, you saw him sort of step up to the challenge. They didn't, obviously the game ended in a tie, but it was like, okay, we get the ball back and we got to go to work. Every time they got the ball, they scored when they had to. And that was a time where I was like, okay, Jordan Love feels like he's playing great and he's doing what he needs to do when the moment comes to him. But then in games like the Carolina game and the Cleveland game, like he just didn't step up to the plate and didn't perform. Even in some of their wins, like the win against the Lions in week 1 was mostly a Josh Jacobs game.
Yeah, and that
It's
seemed like
mostly
a
him.
that seemed like a that didn't seem like a Green Bay win. That seemed like a Detroit loss for me. Like
Mm,
the Detroit just had an awful week 1. They just started off so slow. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. Like I think Jordan Love, I don't think he's a great quarterback in the league. Like he's just too inconsistent for me.
hmm
More times than not, he's gonna come out there and give you generally bad performances, I would say. And I, so the reason Green Bay lost this game because of the offense. So, like, I'll start there. Like that's why they lost. It was the offense. But I'm also not ready to count to not put any blame on their defense as well, because Rico Dowdle for Carolina was also the reason why Carolina won that game. So,
Let's go.
I mean, Micah
My
Parsons
goat.
can come out and blame the offense if he wants, but defensively, they did not do a good job at all stopping the run.
Yeah, especially at the end of the game there. That big run at the end to sort of seal it for them. Like, yeah, there's all
Yeah,
you can point fingers all day, but at the end of the game, at the end of the day, um,
there are a
it's
bunch
a
of
team sport.
problems with this team.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some concerns there. Um, but like other teams that are there, I think you mentioned Seattle and Tampa Bay. Seattle feels really good
They look like
potentially to come
one of
out.
the best teams in the league right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
They
they really do.
them losing, dude. The NFL is lucky that they lost Ernest the other night, because their defense is fucking scary, and he is a
Yeah.
massive hit for them.
Yeah.
So
Um
I mean, at least they lose kind of a big piece if you're, a team in the NFC that's gonna be competing against them the rest of the year. So
yeah. And uh Seattle is having a lot of success and Kenneth Walker really isn't a part of that success, if I'm not
they
mistaken.
they're they
Here and
can't
there,
they run the ball very well, but it's not
but it's
mostly
mostly
him.
Charbonnet, right?
Charbonnet, yeah.
And what did I say? Before the season started, roll back the tape, people. I don't even remember which episode it was that I said this, but I told you guys Kenneth Walker is going to be phased out of this Seattle offense. By the end of this season, or by the time free agency comes around, Kenneth Walker will not be a Seattle Seahawk. He will go somewhere else, and it's going to be the Charbonnet show. And I'm sure all you Zach Charbonnet fantasy owners are very aware of the Charbonnet show and how well it's going. So I'm just saying I predicted that already. I think that was like preseason
Yeah.
when the preseason started. We talked about the Seahawks, but yeah, I mean, most of their offense is through the air.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why I think Shaheed is going to benefit so much, because they're such a pass heavy offense and everything, like it works so well
But
that,
they're so successful in the air, I feel like, because the teams are scared because they know they can run the ball.
yeah, yeah,
Like
that's
that's
true.
it looks like they get like a lot of great looks based off of the play action, and just because
Mm,
teams are ready to defend the run.
yep,
Which
yep.
is good on them. Like that's how an offense should be run.
Right, absolutely. That's textbook, bro. That is fucking textbook.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to pull up the stats. But that's exactly how you want your offense to function. Like
Oh,
we talk about
Oh no, go ahead. My bad.
Darnold, were you talking about his stats? He threw for 330 and 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns in the first
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. 16
um,
for 16, 280 yards in the first half.
okay, Kenneth
Yep.
Walker had more carries than Charbonnet. 11 carries for 42 yards. Charbonnet had 8 carries for 25 yards, but it's basically a 50-50 split between the two of them. And I don't know what their season stats are, but believe that Charbonnet has more touchdowns on the season, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
I'm gonna try to pull that stat up. I mean, Kenneth Walker is their leading rusher. Yeah, no, I'm kind of pushing a false narrative here. Yeah,
Well,
Charbonnet has 5 touchdowns to Kenneth Walker's 3, but Kenneth Walker has 106 carries while Charbonnet has 80, and Ken Walker has about twice as many rushing yards. He has 470 compared to Charbonnet's 230. So Charbonnet's a lot less efficient and getting less carries, but he has more touchdowns. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, more goal line touches. And that's probably why he has more touchdowns, because he's kind of the guy they give it to punch in on the goal line.
in fantasy value, right?
Yeah, I think.
I feel like, um, I feel like the Charbonnet, like Kenneth, it's realistic why Kenneth Walker still gets more touches. But I feel like your Charbonnet take was still massive because he's still getting way more than people expected.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's kind of it's becoming more of a committee backfield and less of just a Kenneth Walker workhorse backfield. Like if
Right.
people wanted Walker to just really be like the guy, I don't think that they're getting that as much as they would have anticipated it. Um so I don't know. I still think that they probably let him walk in free agency. And maybe, a team like the Giants maybe picks him up or something. That'd be pretty fucking sweet. I don't know. Because that's kind of my other ulterior motive with this prediction, is that he ends up going to the Giants.
I mean,
But that's
any
probably
team
not
would
going to
be
happen.
right. Any team would be lucky to have Kenneth Walker too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's a topic for a video that once the season ends, we'll do our predictions for who's going where when it comes to free agency and all that.
Yeah.
But man, Jackson Smith and Jigba, bro,
The
948 yards.
the main guy,
Woo!
but the big name behind this
Yeah.
offense, really.
Yeah, I talk about the Charbonnet show. It's the JSN show.
It's
That's the
the
real
JSN show.
spectacle going on here, because he's just a freaking madman. Only 4 touchdowns on
He
the season, but he's got 948 yards.
it's his yards that's making it like insane. Like
Dude.
he has more than Julio has, than fucking Jamar Chase had, like all the biggest names in the last 10 years. He's on pace to beat them all.
Dude, if he gets 2K, that would blow my mind. That'd be so
Uh,
sick.
I don't know if he'll get 2K, but I think he's gonna be very
Yeah, I
fucking
think I think
close.
he's on pace for a little bit less than 2K, but he's he's had some massive games already, and he's going to continue having massive games. Like,
Yeah,
just a insane player. If Jonathan Taylor slows down at all, JSN catching up to him, and he's going to win that Offensive Player of the Year trophy at the end of the year. I almost feel
JSN. Yeah, I feel like it depends if Jonathan Taylor doesn't win MVP,
or
or if
that
he
if
like
Taylor
really
wins
slows
MVP.
down.
Yeah. Um which, side note, the Steelers beating the Colts, and this is something I talked about when we were talking about, the Colts being a playoff team, who they're going to face in the playoffs, and are they up for the challenge? They played the Chargers. They beat the Chargers, and we were talking about how they could play the Chargers, they could play the Steelers, they could play the Pats in the playoffs, all this stuff. They beat the Chargers, but the Steelers forced turnovers, which was number one. When you talk about Daniel Jones throwing picks, Daniel Jones turning the ball over is probably your number one thing that you need to do to stop the Colts, because I feel like once he starts turning the ball over, he can't stop. It's either 0 or it's 3 at least or more in a game. And then, probably number one actually is stopping Jonathan Taylor. And that's what the Rams did when they beat the Colts. And I believe Jonathan Taylor had definitely less than 100 yards, but I want to say he only had 40-something rushing yards. He had 45. He had 14 rushing attempts. So also just pulling ahead early and forcing them to throw the ball more, I think is huge, because you expose Daniel Jones a little more and you've forced them to run the ball a little bit less. If you can get them to abandon the run and throw the ball more, like that's going to be your recipe for success against this Colts team. And you saw the Steelers execute it to a freaking T. So props to them. And they exposed some of those weaknesses that we kind of knew about, but we just hadn't seen anybody exploit them. But still, Colts are still definitely a lot better than anybody was giving them credit for. Like, don't get me wrong. And people are very quick to like jump at Daniel Jones's neck and be like, "Oh, we knew you were a fraud this whole time." Colts potential fraud ringing. The phone, the meme of the phone ringing, and it's like potential fraud, and it's the Colts. Listen, they're still a good team. That Steelers team is pretty good too. I think that if anything, that just says more about the Steelers and
very slept on Steelers team.
Yeah, and the Steelers beat the Pats by getting them to turn the ball over. That was huge in that game against the Pats too, because there were so many drives that they were looking real good, fumble or a pick or whatever it may be. So as for the Steelers, I think their ability to force turnovers is crucial, because if they don't do that, they've got some vulnerabilities on that defense, because the defense, other than that, is really not that great. We saw it against the Bengals, and then we saw it against whoever the hell else they played. I can't remember who was the team that exposed them, but the Bengals might have been the one that everyone was talking about. But yeah, just interesting stuff.
If I'm in the AFC, I first off want to thank the Colts, because they pretty much came out and showed you this is how you can beat this Indy team. Like you said, you need to get ahead. You need to get ahead first.
Mm-hmm.
Before this was the first game where Indy fell behind. Even when Indy lost to the Rams, that was a last second loss. They still were never behind in that game. So this is the first game of the year where you really saw a team come out and get way ahead of Indy. And like you said, that forced them to put the ball more in. And that's a team. You take the ball out of Jonathan Taylor's hands and you put it in Daniel Jones. And you bring pressure against him and hope he turns the ball over like he did. Going into this game, they had 4 turnovers all year, and they had 6 alone in that game. So you can see why they lost that game, and they also had 5 sacks on Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the success of beating this Colts team. Now, granted, it's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
It's difficult to come out against the number 1 offensive line and running back and running game, and an offensive team that puts up 30 points every week. It's difficult to come out
Yeah.
and beat them, but it's possible. And Pittsburgh showed you that you can do it. I think Jalen Ramsey getting moved to safety was fucking huge for them.
Oh, did they put him at safety?
Yes, and he played
Wow.
fantastic at safety. And what's his TJ Watt obviously was a game changer for them as well. He
Yep.
bring a lot of the pressure.
Yep.
So they have the playmakers on the defense to do it, and just props to Mike Tomlin for coming out with a insane game plan.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin always finds a way, man, to keep them above 500. Just when they were in jeopardy of dipping below, or I think just coming. Yeah, if they lost that game, they would have been below 500, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe I don't even know.
Yeah, because they're
I do
5
know
and
that the Baltimore is still favored to win the division somehow.
yes, that is true. No, they would have been 500 even, but Mike Tomlin just always has a way to keep them over 500. And yeah, just props to that defense playing well, man. Who did you just mention? What was I gonna say?
Jalen
Fucking
Ramsey,
no, you just mentioned a different team.
different team.
Oh, the Ravens.
Oh,
The
the
Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, the Dolphins are not a tough matchup necessarily, but they stopped the
Yeah.
Falcons a week before that. So Lamar being back is massive for them. Yeah, like you said, they're now all of a sudden favored to win that division because of how important Lamar is and how he's back now, and that just elevates them all the way up back to division favorites. I'm not sure what their schedule looks like for the rest of the season, but
It's not
they're
easy.
only
It's gonna be tough for them.
mhm. Well, they went from
They're only
last.
two
Now
games
they're
behind.
yeah, they're 2
Philly,
games behind.
Pittsburgh. I mean,
They went from last place to second place real quick.
yeah.
So, it didn't take much for everything to flip on its head with the Bengals losing some massive matchups. Holy shit. We haven't talked about like the game of the week.
Oh man.
The Bengals Bears matchup.
What is there to fucking say
was
about that game?
Just insane. Joe Flacco throwing for nearly 500 yards and I want to say 4 touchdowns, and they still somehow lost the game. Dude, watching Colston Loveland freaking catch it and bounce off the guy and spin around and then take off for the. I was like, blew my fucking mind. And they didn't even need a touchdown. That was the thing. Even if he
No, did they just need a field goal to win it?
they were down by 1 point.
Wow,
They were down by
okay.
1 point at that moment, and there was 20 seconds left. Even if he got tackled right where he was, they still had would have had a chance to kick a field goal and win the game. But no, he's like, nah, I'm gonna bounce off this guy and just fucking house it. I was like, that's an insane play in that moment of the game. Like, holy crap, dude. Like, that was wild.
You know what's funny is that a lot of people were saying like he was due for a breakout game, and I agree.
Yeah.
I knew it was bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
He just looks too good with Ben Johnson.
Yeah, and I think you just need to unlock him. And man, that's just what happens. Is like not everyone comes out and balls out week 1. We know that. Right. We've seen that with so many people.
Rookies.
Yeah, it takes some time. Even if they have all the skill in the world, it just takes time to click with everything that's going on. But man, that was massive. And not only that, the Bengals recovered an onside kick right before that, and then went down and scored a touchdown of their own. Like the fact that the Bears ended up scoring and winning takes away the whole entire fact that they had the Bengals had like a 14-point comeback at the end of
Yeah.
that game. They were down by 14 or 13 or something like that. They
Yeah.
recovered the fucking onside kick. I was like, dog, what the fuck is happening?
Ryan, this Bengals team has scored 40 plus or more points in the last 2 weeks, and they're 0-2.
They are, I saw a stat that they are the first team to score 38 or more points in back-to-back weeks and lose since the 1960s.
Yeah.
When
And they
before
are
the Super Bowl era, they're the only team in Super Bowl era ever to lose back-to-back games where they dropped nearly 40 points. And
the only team in the Super Bowl era to allow 260 or more pass yards and 160 more or more rush yards in a game.
really,
Yeah.
wow, that is insane. Yeah, Kyle Monangai came out swinging too. He had a crazy
Yeah.
game. Both of
Yeah, of
those
course he
rookies
did.
were huge. What
They're
was I going to
just
say?
like,
And you also had all the Bengals offensive players calling out the defense for sucking ass. You had Chase Brown saying, "Hey, we did it. We did our job. We took the lead at the end of the game with fucking less than a minute left. Finish the game." That's what he said. He said, "Finish the fucking game." And it's like, yeah, man, we knew this. We knew this was going to be the issue with this team going into the season,
yeah,
that was going to be the problem. We knew
right.
that.
Very, very predictable team.
Yeah,
Of
man.
course.
But even towards the start of the season, there was like, and then when Burrow went down, there was issues with the offense too. And it was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize the team was just going to suck it on both sides. But now Flacco is actually like competent quarterbacking this offense, and the offense is humming.
Yeah.
But the
No,
defense
the
still
offense
sucks.
is phenomenal.
It's looking more like probably what it would look like with Joe Burrow at the helm.
Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Because they would probably be equally explosive on offense.
You know what the funny thing about this is that this Joe Burrow is gonna come back, and it's gonna be like this for a while.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna
be like this forever. It's never not gonna be like this.
Right. And that's what the very like laughable thing about this whole situation for them is. It's not gonna get any better for you. But
no, it's not. Especially when you
Ryan,
also
dude,
just traded away Logan Wilson, like not your
yeah,
best
for a
defensive
fucking
player, but
well,
one of.
I mean, he wanted out because
Yeah.
everybody on the defense wants out because they're just so fucking bad.
Well, and he they demoted him. They like soft demoted him. They like didn't give him as much playing time before that. So then he's like, yeah, well then just get rid of me. And they're like, okay.
Yeah,
but he's a good player on that defense. Like I don't understand. It just I don't know. It don't make sense.
Ryan, their team, they lost last week to the 0-7 Jets, right?
Yep.
So their defense, after that home loss, their defense had a players-only meeting.
Oh.
And then they came back this week and let the Bears score over 40 against
47.
They're just we
yeah,
talk about
dude.
this so much, but they're just an embarrassment in the NFL.
Yeah. They make the Dallas Cowboys defense look like fucking the 0-1 Ravens.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, dude, just a fucking bad situation in Cincinnati. Feel bad for Bengals fans, man.
Trade Joe Burrow away, please. Like, for the love of God, just please.
Wait, what? Why would they do that?
They won't. But I mean, like, as a football fan,
oh, just to save him.
Want him out. Yeah, I just want him out.
So he can stay healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he could
actually win a fucking Super Bowl as well.
Yeah. I mean, he could still come back this year.
Yeah, if they make the
If they were
playoffs, but
if they were winning
if
these
they were
games though,
competitive, right?
if
They're not going
listen,
to bring
if
him back now.
at the end of the day, yeah, they won't bring him back now because their seasons by the time he comes back, their season will be gone. Um, but what the fuck was I going to say? If they were winning these games, it literally would only take one or two plays in each of these games to go their way, and they'd be winning crazy
Yeah,
high scoring games. And
yeah,
then maybe this situation would be different with Joe Burrow coming back. So, I mean, it definitely seems like the Flacco trade was a good move because even if they're not
it
winning
was a
games,
good
like
move for
he's
them.
playing well, he's doing his job to help them win games, but just the
Right.
defense is letting them down. It's just really really tough, man. Really tough.
I
Um,
said I don't know what else to say. I said my
yeah,
piece.
that's all we got there. I think before we move to our predictions and sort of wrap things up, I just want to touch on the Vikings beating the Lions, which was kind of a shocker to me. Probably
Yeah,
one of the couple games you could say the Panthers too was an upset, but one of the
yeah,
few games that was probably an upset win this week. Well, I guess the Steelers winning too was upset, but um, pretty shocking, considering how crazy good the Lions are on offense and how they played against the Vikings, and then JJ McCarthy coming out and playing like pretty well, all things considered, like a pretty decent performance. Two passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, 143 passing yards, so like nothing crazy there. But Aaron Jones comes back and then takes back. Well, he doesn't take back the RB1 role against Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason had more carries, but Aaron Jones just had looked more explosive and um, just an all around comeback game for the Vikings. Just got to feel good about that one. You know what I'm saying? So shit, JJ McCarthy is just sort of he's weird, man. He's a weirdo. He's like meditating before the game and well, I guess that's not that weird, but just
I
like
think he's what was I gonna say? I think he's the answer for them.
mm,
Like he's still so super young, but I don't know, man. Ryan, it's looking like that QB class last year. It's looking like everybody in round one was a
that's an
hit as of
all-time.
right
Yeah.
now.
It's an all-timer, I think for sure. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
reason
for
why there
sure.
was what
Like
four
six
drafted in the
or
top 10 or
five
yeah, like six I think total
in
in the
round
first
one.
round. Yeah,
Yeah,
like yeah. I mean, shit dog.
yeah.
Wild. Yeah, I
But
mean,
that
I guess KOC was right. He picked his guy. I mean, hey, this is after one game too.
right,
We've only
right.
seen not one game from JJ McCarthy. It's his third game. He's technically 2-1 right now, so pretty
Right.
decent altogether. But he put up that one loss was a stinker
It
for
was.
sure.
It
Um,
was.
so
But
listen, the guy's
my
young. It all remains to be seen. But yeah, there's some promise there.
that's my main thing about him is that it's good that he's so young and he's already putting up performances like that.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
why I think that he'll pan out perfectly fine over there.
seems like it.
Um,
And you have Kevin O'Connell's a quarterback whisperer. Like he's known
yeah,
for that. So
yeah,
you got
absolutely.
to feel pretty good about that.
I mean,
Um,
and I don't understand it, but Brian Flores, like defensive side of the ball, they got shredded last week against LA, and then they came out against Detroit and they looked phenomenal. So I don't
it's
really
really
understand.
strange, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it, but
It
I
could have
mean,
been
really, like,
I don't know what the injury situation was if they were missing people on Thursday night a
I
couple
don't
weeks
I
ago
don't
or
think so.
I don't know what the deal was there.
Oh, but it was a Thursday night game. You're right,
Yeah, that could
and
be
that's
part of it.
yeah, generally a Thursday night a lot more often. You have a lot of teams that they'll just come out and put up stinkers when they're really like not that team. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, also, I think being a division opponent, I think there's
Right.
there's
That's
always
massive
a,
as
a
well.
greater chance that you just know your division opponents better. You know how they do things, you know what to expect, and like just a better chance that you're gonna upset them. Just
Yeah.
because you're just, I don't know, it's just different. It can go, obviously you saw it with the Giants and the Eagles, like the Giants coming out and just going crazy on them, and then 2 weeks later it went the other way.
Yeah.
You see it all the
You're
time.
you're
So
right. Yeah, absolutely.
um and all that being said, also I would not be surprised if the Lions totally stomp them the next time they play.
Next time. Yeah.
Right? Like it could totally go the
Yeah.
complete opposite way. Um
They're definitely a team like that. Like all season I feel like they'll come out, score 40, 50 on your head, and then next week
who,
won't be
Detroit?
seen. Yeah, Detroit, man. I don't know what you think about them, but I don't know. They just seem really inconsistent for me. I don't know who's winning that division. Like it's really like a
Yeah.
toss up for me. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think man, this is just one of them seasons. It's like we don't know anything. All these teams have flaws. It's really hard to pick who's good. I
Yeah.
like Detroit. I mean, I sort of have a little bias because my dad's a Lions fan, and they've just been underdogs for years and years and years, and they're finally like they're better. They're still better than they've ever been.
Yeah,
Let's just say that.
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to the new standard that they have set, they're not. It doesn't seem like they're going to go. What they were, I think they already have as many losses this year as they did last year.
Yeah,
So
I believe so.
yeah, they were 14-3, I think, last year. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, it they've got some issues, but I'm surprised they didn't make a trade at the deadline. You know, they seem like another team that could use a little boost, a little boosty boost. Um, but actually, all that being said, to move to our predictions, I'm actually going to pick the Lions this week to beat the Washington Commanders
Oh man, what an easy one.
at 4:25, late window game.
Oh,
Um,
that's a very good pick,
and last
obviously.
week, what was I forget what my pick was last week. What was all of our picks last week?
I'm looking it up right now because I was just about to say I don't even know who won and
I
lost and
think
all
I
that.
picked. I think I picked the Chargers. Maybe. I think I did pick the
Ryan,
Chargers.
you picked the Chargers. Yeah, we
Yeah.
both did. So
And then Evan sent
let
us
me
his
look.
pick from Ireland for last week, but this week I don't think he did. But we'll find it out and we'll make sure
We'll
to
have to get that from
retroactively
him.
put it in.
Yeah. Evan
We'll
picked
see.
the Rams, by the way, last week. So Evan is
Okay,
now
and yeah, they won. Okay, so we're all
yeah.
keeping pace. All right. I
Evan
believe that.
is 8-1, and then I am 6-3, and then you're 7-2.
Gotcha. I believe for him right now, it's probably like midnight or later, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's gonna
So
have to
it's
send
it's
it.
probably
We'll have
super
to
late at
ask
night.
him
But
tomorrow.
yeah, I don't think he'll be awake right now. Um. So yeah, hell yeah, dude. Wait, what did you say your
Alrighty.
pick was?
I didn't. Let me look at the games real quick. But you said you're going with Detroit, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure you didn't pick them yet, which you did not. So you're good. I unfortunately can't even pick Detroit because I did pick them already at some point.
Mm.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
look at
we're
the
gonna start
notes.
getting into some teams that I don't want to have to pick, but I
Yeah,
might.
we really are,
But
cause
I might have to pick them at some point.
yeah,
But like Evan's got a good lead because he picked a couple teams that we have not
I
picked yet,
know.
like the Browns
I
and,
know. 'Cause he hit, yeah, he hit on like a couple of those
the
really
Jets,
wild ones.
Browns, Jets, Giants. Like, yeah.
You know what I'm gonna go with? Who I haven't picked. I'm gonna go with Carolina over New Orleans.
That's a good one. I like it. But that also feels like one of them little divisional games that could go awry for the Carolina
You're
Panthers.
right.
But who knows?
You're right.
But
I'm riding
they're looking
the
better,
hot hand
and
right now.
yeah, it doesn't seem like they're in a position to lose a game like that. New Orleans is just so dysfunctional. It's so bad. And losing Rashid Shaheed and now losing one of their offensive tackles, like they're just blowing up their season. So
Yeah.
hey, Archie Manning or Arch Manning, sorry. Arch Manning could go to the team that his grandpa went to.
Well,
That his grandpa played for. Archie. Didn't Archie play for the Saints
he
back
did,
in the
but
1960s or something?
the problem is though is that Archie is still like 2 years away from the draft. So I
Oh,
mean the
is he?
Saints. Yeah, I don't think he's not entering the draft after this year, and I
Well,
think
he hasn't said yet, right?
he hasn't said, but he's not draftable. Like if he declared for the draft, I don't think he
Oh,
goes round
sure.
one this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean people were saying he would be the number 1 pick like before the
there's no way.
college football season started. People were saying that, but at this point probably not. I mean, who's
At
the
this
who's
point,
the
no.
biggest guy? Who's
That
going to be the
QB
top
from,
quarterback going?
The QB
Cars-
from Indiana
Oh, I don't
is
know
what
his name.
everyone is saying he's like the next big thing.
But Carson Beck could go too, right? Pretty high. Miami.
Carson Beck is trash.
Is he?
Yeah, he sucks. He's old too. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, he's
wrong.
been
He's
in
only
college
20.
for a long time.
That's what I thought, but he's only 22 somehow. So I guess he's not old.
I mean, yeah, if you
But,
start if you go and you're 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
Indiana quarterback? Fernando
Indiana quarterback.
Mendoza?
Yep, that's him. He's
All
like,
right.
supposedly the number 1 guy that's gonna be coming out next year. So we'll see.
Okay.
And people are
All
saying
right.
he's gonna win Heisman. So
I mean, yeah,
Don't-
Indiana
don't-
has been playing insane. The thing that I've seen is their coach when they're up by 45 points and he's just still pissed.
yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense if the quarterback for that team probably is playing really well. I mean, I don't know the stats and all that, but yeah,
I was
it
gonna
sort of
say
makes sense.
don't take word for word from me either because I haven't been watching college football.
Yeah, no, not.
I'm just
No,
telling
same.
you that that's what people are saying.
No, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, Tone. It's been a good episode. You got anything else you want to let the people know before we wrap it up?
I want to say that the
Patriots.
who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots playing next week? Hold on, I want to look that up real quick.
They're playing. I don't know.
Oh man, I think their win streak.
Oh,
is about
Tampa
to
Bay.
come to an end.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one, dude. That's my game of the week. Holy shit!
That is
That's a
phenomenal
good game.
The
Holy
only
shit.
reason why I feel like they lose is because I think Bucky Irving's coming back and
Oh
they're
yeah,
playing in Tampa as well.
yeah. That's a tough
it's gonna
one,
be
dude.
tough.
That's tough. Yeah,
But
man.
hey, dude,
Oh shit.
if they win that game and they come out 8-2, Ryan.
Oh,
I
that's
think
huge.
At this point next week, we start talking about there's a legit shot they get the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. And then lose in the first round.
To the fucking Kansas City or Buffalo. Honestly, probably. Like,
Right? It
deadass, probably.
might line up that way. Well, it wouldn't be the first round because if they'd get a bye, but it'd be in the divisional because
In
it'd
the
be
divisional.
if Kansas City ends up not winning their division and they end up with, 5, 6, 7 seed, it could
They
line
wouldn't
up
be
that
playing
way
the
where
Pats.
they could be the lowest remaining seed come divisional round, and yeah,
Yeah.
that could be the matchup, dude. Holy shit. Dang. But then you got an opportunity, and if they take them down, then you're going to love that,
Then
Tone.
then that's when we really say this is Tom Brady, like not all over again,
Yeah.
because there'll
That's
never be
when the
an,
comparisons make much more
that's
sense,
when they
at
should
least.
really start. Yeah.
Yep.
Even though
Holy
I
shit.
don't think it's possible, because there's never gonna be another Tom Brady. But still, like,
No, I mean, yeah, no chance. But
insanity if that happens. Just I don't even want to put that in my head.
it won't.
We'll wait until we get there. Yeah.
Yep. We will see. I can't wait to find out together. And that seems like a perfect spot to end this podcast episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will continue to follow things closely with y'all. Tune in next episode. We will be in the same time, same place right here on YouTube, and then listen to it on Spotify afterwards. We love you guys. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you next week. Peace out.
Fuck the Chiefs.